All right, so I'm back. I don't know, my internet crapped out or something, but it's always something, man. Something's not working. It's Medellin. I guess it's Colombia. You gotta kind of expect that when you live in Colombia. Even though I have great internet, one of the best internets, dedicated fiber optic line with 200 megas, I still get outage. I don't understand it. It's mind-boggling. They're obviously lying about their service, but it comes with the territory. I love living here for what it gives me. All right, so I'm going to be recording part 2 of module 1, keyword research. In the previous modules, I talked about, the first video was the introduction to SEO Hacks with Andrew. The second video is part 1 of module 1, which is an intro to SEO and what keyword research is. And today I'm going to be recording part 2 of module 1, which is keyword research. Once I'm done with this 7-week course that I'm creating, I'm going to put it up on my website, andrewmacia.com. The programmer's working on the platform that it's going to be on. I believe it's called, damn it, I forget the name of it. But it's a plugin for WordPress for classes, for online classes, for e-learning. I guess that's the correct name. So that's being built right now, and obviously these videos will be edited for the course. There's also extra things that I'm adding. For example, each module has, including the intro, each part of the 7-week course has a, what do you call it? Has homework to do. Yeah, so let's see. I'm changing the sound settings. How's the volume there? Can you hear me well? I just changed the volume settings on this. I checked it. Well, let me just double check on my phone too to see how the volume is. I want to make sure that I'm recording at optimal settings because I keep redoing. Can you hear me well? Yeah, that's like. Yeah, so a little bit about myself. I own a digital marketing agency. I co-own it with my business partner, Joel. We have about 14 employees there. We also have 6 different Airbnbs or apartments that we've invested in and that we put up on Airbnb. We remodeled them and gutted them, remodeled them from the floor to the roof. Everything's been redone to be high end. We also co-own a nonprofit organization called Help Colombia. We also do a podcast together called the Columbia Podcast. We're basically like brothers. We do everything pretty much together from business to fun. He's in Canada right now getting his booster shot. That's one of the things that we don't agree on, I guess, is getting a bunch of shit in your body to fight off something that can't be really fought off. But that's besides the point. And the reason I'm telling you this is because I owe all of this to search engine optimization. That was the route in digital marketing that I've taken myself to create a business with. And I started, 11 years ago when I first got to Colombia with zero money, nothing in my pockets, having just been deported from the United States after living there until I was 29 years old, not knowing anything about this country, not being prepared to make a move, such a giant move, going from a country that you know and love and you feel that it is your own country to being deported and having to live in a country that you've never been to with no money. I just had a credit card, borrowing my father's laptop and a suitcase of oversized clothes because I had lost a bunch of weight while being detained in immigration prison until I was sent to Colombia. So I had nothing. So I had to create something out of nothing, and for me it was search engine optimization. So that's why I'm creating this course, is so that I could give you everything that I know for free. Whether you're a small, medium, a large business, you can use this information. There's going to be, even if you're an advanced search engine optimization specialist, you can get nuggets of gold here, because I will be going over some of the things that I've discovered on my own. A lot of the stuff that I've learned it for free. I've never paid for a search engine optimization course or a digital marketing course online. I've learned everything that I know for free from mentors and websites and courses and YouTube videos. And I continue to learn. A lot of the stuff that I learn nowadays is through advanced research that we do using tools that are all paid for. So in a sense, yes, I do pay for education, but that comes by way of search engine optimization tools, analytics tools, conversion optimization tools, etc. So let's get to it. I'm going to start recording, and I'm going to go through this. Granted that as you're watching me record this live, the edited version is going to have slides showing what I'm working or what I'm talking about. I will be sharing my screen in some parts of this to show you real life examples of what to do for keyword research, or in that part of the module. So let's get to it. I'm going to start recording now. Welcome to SEO Hacks with Andrew. I'm Andrew Messia. Today I'm going to be recording part 2 of module 1, keyword research. Today we'll go over one of the fundamental steps to search engine optimization, keyword research. Keyword research is important because you need to know where you're going before you get started. It's like taking a trip. It's better to know your destination location, how long it will take you to get there, and how much gas you'll need to get there, amongst other things. Keywords are how people find you. If done correctly, you'll get traffic to your site and you'll get sales. If done wrong, you may get traffic and you may not get sales. You need traffic that converts into sales. SEO Hacks with me, Andrew, is a 7-module course. It may take you more than 7 weeks to complete it. It may take you less, but if you take the entire course, you should start to see results on your website shortly. So let's get started. The right keyword traffic. The CEO of Google, Sundar Pichai, was asked at a House Judiciary Committee hearing to explain why a Google image search for the keyword idiot turned up pictures of Donald Trump. The CEO of Google, Pichai, replied, anytime you type in a keyword, I'm going to repeat that. Pichai replied, anytime you type in a keyword, as Google, we have gone out and crawled and sorted copies of billions of websites in our index. And we take the keyword and match it against their pages and rank them based on over 200 signals. Things like relevance, freshness, popularity, how other people are using it. And based on that, at any given time, we try to rank and find the best search results for that query. And then we evaluate them with external raters. And they evaluate it to objective guidelines. And that's how we make sure the process is working. So in his answer to why, when you type in the keyword idiot, pictures of Donald Trump come up, he's telling us that they've gone through billions of websites in their index, compared it across 200 different signals. Within each signal, there are other signals that work inside of them. So you're talking about thousands of things going on in their search engine to give the user the best possible search results. Google considers many things when bringing up search results for a search query. Don't worry about those 200 signals that Pichai refers to. I'm going to break down the most important signals for you in order to win at SEO. Remember, picking the right keywords to work to rank for will make you more money. Picking the wrong ones may hurt you. Many people start their keyword research through the Google Keyword Planner. This is a free tool, but it's not very in-depth. Yes, you can start there, but the Google Keyword Planner will not tell you if the keyword is relevant to your business, if the traffic is going to convert, will this keyword traffic generate sales and leads? It's not going to tell you all of that. If you have time, and you want to learn how to use the Google Keyword Planner, go ahead. But I'd skip it for now. There are some free tools if you're on a tight budget and can't justify paying for a keyword research tool such as ahrefs.com or semrush.com. I'm going to go over some of those free tools. However, it is important to note that your keyword research will level up once you can pay for. However, it's important to note that your keyword research will level up once you pay for a top keyword research tool. As far as free keyword research tools, I suggest using either wordstream.com, SEOreviewtools.com, and or ubersuggest.com. These three tools have a free version. This free version is limited, but it will give you enough information to start keyword research. For example, let's use both WordStream and Ubersuggest for this example. Well, actually, I'm going to use all three. So, for example, let's go through these three free keyword research tools so that you know how to get started with them. I'm going to share my screen now. Bring this over here. Let's get started with WordStream. Wordstream.com. Let me zoom in so you guys could see better. There's on the menu bar, there's a free tools section here. Actually, it actually just pops out. You just have to hover over it and move your mouse down to free keyword tool. And here's the free keyword tool. It's very easy to use. You could either put in a URL or a keyword. Let's start with a keyword. Let's do the keyword drug rehab. In this 7-module course that I'm creating, I'm going to be using a lot of drug rehab, alcohol rehab, addiction recovery type keywords because that's our niche. That's what I feel most comfortable in. That's what I've been working in for the last 8 years and made a small fortune with our 7-figure digital marketing agency doing this. So I want to show you what I'm more comfortable with, and I know for you, it may be bikes, it may be motorcycles, it may be a car dealership. You could do this with any keyword. So you click Find My Keywords and let this load. And here you go. You've got your first results for the keyword drug rehab. I'm going to get rid of this. There we go. Okay. So let me zoom in a little bit more here. So what are we looking at here? We're looking at keyword suggestions based on our parent keyword or parent topic, which is drug rehab. It's telling us that the keyword, here are some suggestions. Drug rehab near me gets searched for 14,800 times on Google. This first column tells me the approximate number of monthly searches for the given keyword idea on google.com or google.com search partners. So 14,800 times per month. So that's a pretty good keyword to rank for. If you can rank for drug rehab near me and your website pops up whenever someone searches that, that's a very good keyword to rank for various reasons. One of them being that it does get searched for a lot of times per month. The second column here shows me the cost per click. If I were to pay Google to be on the top or the bottom of ads, this is how much it would cost me each time someone clicks on that ad. That's what it says here, CPC. So this keyword costs almost $30 per click. This is a very important metric to consider when doing keyword research, because the higher people are willing to bid on it or pay Google to be on the top of advertisements in Google search results, the more, how should I say this? The more evident it is that this keyword is a converting keyword. It's a sales keyword. It's a keyword that I'm going to pay to be on top for ads, because I know that if someone clicks on it, they're looking to buy right now. So the higher the cost per click, the better. And then here it tells us how difficult it is to rank for this keyword. The competition is high, and it really should say super high, because I've been in this industry for 8 years and I know that ranking for this keyword is super high. And then it also gives me search volume for Bing, cost per click for Bing, and competition for Bing. I don't care about Bing, to be honest with you. I only care about Google. You can organize this list and download this list. Well, you don't download it. They send it to you via email. Email me all my keywords. You click here. You put your email address, and you put whether it's for yourself or your client, and then you say email, and then they send it to you as a CVC, I believe, or as at least you can open it up in Excel spreadsheet. I do everything on Google Drive, so I upload them over to Google Drive folders where I do all my keyword research, and I share it with my clients. All of this stuff is shared with clients because I want them to have as much information as possible. So as you can see here, once you download it as an Excel spreadsheet, you can start sorting it by, which one is the one that costs the most. I want to see which one costs the most. Right here, out of these search results or these suggestions, it looks like drug and alcohol rehab costs $33.51. Oh, this one's $38.85, which is alcohol rehabilitation. It's searched for less per month, but it costs more. That must mean that it is a higher converting keyword than drug rehab near me. They're both high in competition, but this is how you start doing your keyword research. So you definitely want to get started by playing around here and searching, your different keywords, or what you think a client would be, or a potential client, what you think a potential client would be searching for, and taking a look at some of the metrics using wordstream.com. Let's go to the next one. Which is Uber Suggest. For keyword research, ubersuggest.com. I'm going to do it, and this is it right here. neilpatel.com/ubersuggest, or if you just Google Uber Suggest, it'll come up. So let's take a look at the same keyword, drug rehab. And here are the results. You can create a free account, and I suggest that you do so. So the first thing that you see is the keyword overview. It tells me the search volume. You see that his number is a little different. This is why it's good to use various tools, because not everyone's going to have the same answer. Not every robot or every tool works and indexes everything exactly the same. So it's good to cross-reference between tools. That's what I do. That's why I use SEMrush, Ahrefs, and Moz.com for search for keyword research. But if you don't have the money to pay for those, you can use these free tools and get pretty accurate information and be able to do pretty thorough keyword research. So it tells me the search volume, how many times per month it's searched for. It tells me how difficult it is. The difficulty is high. SEO difficulty out of 100. Neil Patel's Ubersuggest tells me 61 out of 100, so it's pretty difficult to rank for the keyword drug rehab. The difficulty, if you are paying Google, is 27. We don't really care about that right now. Cost per click is higher for him, $41. So that's why it's good to cross-reference. And then as you scroll down, you can see keyword ideas here. And they're very similar to the ideas that WordStream came up with, but you can see that they're ordered a little differently. For a more in-depth view, you click here on the left-hand side, keyword ideas. And here you go. You have your main or your parent keyword, which is drug rehab, with the same metrics as the overview, how many times per month it's searched for, what the cost per click is, and what the SEO difficulty. Those are the three that I'm more interested in initially when starting keyword research. And then it gives you a lot more than WordStream did. And then if you want to get all of them, because there's 13 pages of keyword suggestions, it asks you to do the 7-day free trial. But again, I'm assuming that you're like me and you were completely broke or not in the position to be paying monthly for a keyword research tool. You can still use these free ones to get started. As you can see, it's got a bunch here. Let's say that you're in Philadelphia. Yeah, there we go. Philadelphia. See, as you put in keywords that are longer tail, meaning more descriptive, you get even better results. Even though drug rehab Philadelphia gets searched for only 260 times per month, 260 times per month. If you're on the first page of Google for drug rehab Philadelphia, those 260 people that are searching are looking for something locally right there in their city. And then it gives you other ideas. Drug rehab center near me, drug rehab centers in Philadelphia, outpatient drug rehab in Philadelphia, best outpatient drug rehab near me, closest, the word closest, drug rehab near me, drug rehab Philadelphia. And I just realized this. So wait, I realized that we optimized for that keyword closest without even trying. So if I take a look, this is what I really like about Ubersuggest over WordStream, the free version, is that I can click here and go to search results, and then it'll populate what Google ranks on the top 10. As you can see, our client's website's number 2. Let me go back. Sorry. Number 2 there, and it's the Philadelphia page, and I bet you that I use the keyword closest. There it is, our closest therapy center. That's why we also rank for that keyword, closest rehab, in the keyword ideas here. Yeah, so that closest drug rehab near me, I'm sure that if someone's in Philadelphia and they search the keyword closest drug rehab near me, our client's website or page will come up. So this is great because it gives you a bunch of different ideas. You can export this into a CSV file or copy it to your clipboard and then paste it onto a Google spreadsheet, etc. But you want to start getting organized. Even if, and right now, I know that if you're new to keyword research and search engine optimization, the whole idea of this module is for you to start getting familiar with these tools. So you want to play around and you want to download these and put them on CSV files, put them in Google Docs or wherever you store your spreadsheets, and keep them organized, because these are going to evolve. Trust me, I started not knowing where I was going, and it started to evolve, and now I can do very poignant, very directed keyword research, and I'm able to tell a client, like, look, you're not in Philadelphia, but I can help you rank for the keyword Philadelphia, just like we did for these guys. They're an hour away. Take a look at that. They're an hour away from Philadelphia, yet they rank number 2 for the keyword drug rehab Philadelphia that gets searched for 250 times a month. So you don't think that's making their phone ring? And if you could do that for your own business, would that increase sales? Would that increase phone calls? Would that increase form submissions? Would that increase conversions? Absolutely. So Ubersuggest is a great tool for getting started with keyword research and getting keyword ideas. Finally, the third one that I mentioned was SEOreviewtools.com. SEOreviewtools.com. As you can see here, they have a keyword tool here on their homepage. Zoom in here, and it works the same way. I'm going to put in drug rehab. Click I'm not a robot, and it's in the United States that I'm performing this check, so it's going to check it and give me a bunch of results here. It's going to give me a bunch of ideas. Well, first, it's the summary. Again, it's another different number, 12,100 times. WordStream was 14,000, and Ubersuggest was about 12,000 as well, a little bit over 12,100. It tells you how many websites rank for this keyword, or how many websites have the word drug rehab in it on the internet. It's more than 4.6 billion results on Google. So that's your competition, 4.6, but don't be alarmed by that number. I don't even look at that. Difficulty is a 28 compared to what Ubersuggest gave us, which was a 61, and the other WordStream gave us a high difficulty. And these guys' cost per click is lower. It's only $18.97. That's why it's good to cross-reference, because you can start creating an average between the three. And then here we have 100 keyword suggestions. Alcohol and drug rehab, and it gives me the search volume, the cost per click, and the difficulty. And you can, right on here, you can sort them. Let's go from the easiest. Drug rehab South Carolina is very easy to rank for, and it costs $11.78 according to this. So if I were a drug rehab center that can cater, or maybe an aggregator that sold leads, I'd start with South Carolina. So let's go back to the search volume here. Drug rehab. So a few things that are different about SEO review tools, and it's one of my favorites, I would say, as far as free keyword research tool, is that, for example, if I want to create a quick list, I just check these and see how it's adding them here to the left-hand side, like the ones that I'm interested in. And then I copy the text, and I can literally paste it onto a spreadsheet if I want to. So that's cool. Another cool thing about SEO review tools is that, let's see, did it really give me 100 suggestions? Yeah, it gives me a lot of free stuff. Ubersuggest and WordStream were both less than 50 suggestions for free. These guys are giving me 100 suggestions for free. So that's another plus to SEO review tools. It gives me a lot more information than Ubersuggest and WordStream. Also, I know that SEOreviewtools.com creates this information, or pulls this information from SEMrush.com. And SEMrush.com is a monthly paid tool that people have to use. Or sorry, that people have to pay for monthly in order to use it. So this is a great tool because of the fact that you're getting free information from a highly sought after tool like SEMrush.com for free. So furthermore, excuse me. Furthermore, if I want to do more research, I can click here and I can check different information on this keyword. For example, if I want to get Google suggestions, I click here, opens up a new tab. I'll click I'm not a robot. I'll perform the check. That's going to give me, once this loads, it'll give me Google suggestions, which are a little bit different than what I got already. Rehab for teens. Yep, so it gives me some more suggestions. So it's a pretty good tool, I would say, as far as free tools go. So those are the three. Wordstream.com, Ubersuggest, and SEOreviewtools.com. So at this moment in this module, please pause the video and start looking up keywords for your website, your business, or your client. So at this point, you're going to want to pause the video and start looking up keywords for your website using these three free tools. You want to do this because you need to get familiar with these tools and the language. So go ahead, pause the video, and play around with the tools. Welcome back. So now that you're familiar with these free keyword research tools, we need to start talking about buyer persona or your buyer personas. Now that you're familiar with these keyword research tools, we need to talk about your buyer persona or buyer personas. Remember, SEO is just an aspect of digital marketing. The keyword here is marketing. Pinpointing your target customer and their pain points is critical to an effective marketing strategy, let alone a keyword strategy. Creating a buyer persona is very important to keyword research. The more you know about your potential customer, the better. Note, you may require more than one single customer avatar or buyer persona to represent different segments of your market. But focus on tackling just one at a time. So let's talk about buyer personas. Step one. Let's create your buyer persona. Step one, list your ideal customer's common demographic and psychological traits on a separate sheet. Brainstorm based on the market research and customer feedback you've received. Some of you may be asking me, well, how do I do this if I don't have market research and I don't have customer feedback because I'm a new business? That's fine. Start brain dumping everything that you know about your potential client or customer onto a piece of paper or a Word document or a Google document. Start typing things out. Go ahead, pause the video and do that right now. Okay, let's get to step two. Give your buyer persona a name and a face. Yes, you have to start using your creative part of your brain right now in this module. You're going to want to give your buyer persona a name. It could be the name of a former client, just their first name, and then invent a last name. And you're going to want to maybe download a free or not free picture off of the internet and put it on this Word document that you're creating. This is not going to be shared with anybody. You're not going to be publishing this online. So don't worry about downloading someone's image and then reusing it because you're not going to be publishing it. And if you do publish it, make sure that it is a royalty-free image or an image that you bought the rights to. We've had to do that for our clients because for marketing purposes, sometimes we do publish the buyer persona. So it has to be a generic or a stock image or a paid for stock image where we own the rights to that image. But in your case, you're going to want to use an image of what your ideal customer looks like and their name. So go ahead and do that right now. Step 3. Open the Google Drive link below and fill out the buyer persona worksheet. I've created a worksheet for you with various questions that you're going to want to answer in as much detail as possible. Step into your buyer's shoes and see life through their eyes. As you complete each question, put yourself in their shoes. Think as if you were the customer. If you think of more details, by all means add them. The more specific you can get, the better. As you're looking at this spreadsheet and the questions, here are some places where you can find answers. If you're a new business owner or you're creating a website for a client that doesn't have a buyer persona or much information or data about their buyer persona or buyer personas, here are some places where you can find answers. Let's say that you sell drug rehab. I'm gonna use that example again. Let's say that your customer or you are a drug rehab facility in the United States in a particular city. How do you create a buyer persona for that type of business? Number one, you can look in forums. There are a ton of forums online, especially for drug rehab. But for any business, there's going to be some sort of forum out there. If you're selling dog food, I guarantee you that there's a forum somewhere out there talking about the best dog food or what type of dog food helped their dog with a rash that they had or wasn't allergic to or was allergic to. I guarantee you're going to find a bunch of information. No matter what your industry, there's going to be a forum out there. You can also look, number 2, you can also look on Reddit. Reddit.com is a great source of information for stepping into your buyer's shoes. Join Reddit about your product or your service or your industry to see how your customers are talking about those services, products, pain points online. Number 3, Wikipedia. Search your industry or your industry keywords on Wikipedia and take a look at search your industry related keywords, your industry related services and products on Wikipedia so that you can get more information about those services. I'll give you an example. Drug rehab. If I wanted to search for drug rehab on Wikipedia, I'm not only going to find a definition of drug rehab, but I'm also going to get a bunch of little details. Like when I first started in the drug rehab facility search engine optimization game, I didn't know that there were various aspects to drug rehab and various services. For example, you have inpatient drug rehab, you have outpatient drug rehab, you have PHP, which is partial hospitalization, you have intensive outpatient, you have sober living with partial hospitalization as a added service. There are so many variations and different type of therapies as well that with one Google search or with one Wikipedia search, you can get all that information and build on your keyword research and build on your buyer persona. This is what we're working on right now, is buyer persona for the purposes of keyword research. Another great website to look for client information and questions is Quora, Quora.com, where people ask questions and get answers from people in that community. Another great place to look for information when answering questions for a buyer persona is Google Trends. Google Trends, just Google it. Google Trends. You'll find information on topics that are trending in your industry. Another great place, if you have a product, this is a little hack that we found, is Amazon reviews. Let's say that you're selling shoes, a particular type of shoe, maybe for hiking. Go into the product reviews on Amazon for your competition and take a look at what customers are saying. What are their pain points? What are the benefits? What are the problems? What are the solutions that they're talking about in the in the Amazon product reviews? Now, if you are a service or a brick and mortar like a restaurant, or you're in the service industry, maybe you're a real estate agent, look at the Google reviews for your competition or for highly sought after businesses in your industry, and look at their reviews, because a lot of them will have hundreds, maybe even thousands of reviews. Look at the 1-star, 2-star, 3-star reviews for pain points. Look at the 1-star, 2-star, 3-star reviews for client pain points, because that's where you're going to build your buyer persona. You need to find out what these people are suffering from and how your product is going to resolve that for them. And finally, social media groups. There are a ton of Facebook groups out there, Instagram pages, and now with TikTok influencers and pages about your service, about your product. Make sure to join them, join in the discussions, take a look at the most commented comments or posts in those groups to find out solutions, pain points, etc. Some of the questions that you're going to find on the Google document for your buyer persona are, for example, as rudimentary as, am I female or am I male? How old am I? Where do I live? Do I live in an apartment? Do I rent? Do I own? Do I have a spouse? How old are they? Do I have kids? This is very granular, and the more granular you can get with your buyer personas, the better your keyword research is going to be, the better your content's going to be, and the better your sales funnels are going to be. In future modules, we're going to get to all of this, but this is what I'm setting you up for, because when I started search engine optimization, digital marketing, I didn't know any of this, and I had to learn the hard way. The hard way is by losing clients, not getting the traffic that the client wanted, or the type of traffic that the client wanted, and not getting any conversions for them, and ultimately being fired from doing search engine optimization for clients. Over time, our number one step is to create a buyer persona. If the client doesn't have it, create multiple buyer personas, or if they do, to optimize those buyer personas for keyword research, for content marketing, and for conversion online and through their sales funnels. One of my favorite questions for buyer personas are, for example, what books, blogs, conferences, gurus, social media, magazines, etc. do I consume? I love looking for that stuff. I don't know. It's just something about the buyer persona, that an aspect that I like, because I really like to role play and get into that buyer persona's shoes. In the drug rehab industry, that question has allowed me to do search engine optimization and do it better than some of these multi-million-dollar digital marketing agencies that have competed against us and have audited us, because we were able to do this one aspect of the buyer persona so well and tap into it and infiltrate the magazines, the products, and etc. that they consume, and be able to be mentioned on them. And I'll get to that when we talk about backlink building, because this will all connect once we're down the line in this course. So now that you understand your buyer a little bit better, it's going to evolve, it's going to grow. Let's go over the 5 steps to keyword success. 5 steps to keyword success. Number 1, build your keyword list. We already started by you playing around with these you already started by investigating and using these free keyword research tools that I mentioned earlier. So you're going to want to start building on that list. You've already started, but you want to continue searching and doing more and more research as you do step number 2, which is understanding your buyer persona. Now that you've started creating your buyer persona or buyer personas, you can expand on that keyword list. I bet you there are a lot more keywords that you can start researching using those free tools now that you've started on your buyer persona than when we first started this module or this part of this module. Number 3, understanding keyword metrics. You're going to want to understand keyword metrics by using these free keyword tools and reading what each section is about. What does cost per click mean, or CPC? What does search volume mean? What does the keyword suggestion tool do, and what does it mean when it gives you other suggestions? How can I put those suggestions in Google Trends to get even more suggestions? How can I put those suggestions in Wikipedia to get even more keywords or granular keywords about my topic? Number 4, locate the customer journey. This is one of my favorite parts of keyword research, is locating the customer journey. We'll get into it a little bit more in detail here in a minute, but locating your customer journey basically comes down to figuring out what type of keyword you're searching for. There are different types of keywords, and I'm going to go over those here in a second. So I'm going to repeat that. Number 4, locate the customer journey. Meaning, what type of keyword are you researching? For example, the keyword drug rehab classifies as an informational keyword. So there are 3 different types of keywords. There are informational keywords, navigational keywords, and transactional keywords. An informational keyword are keywords that are searched for to answer a question or learn something. They're informational. They're not ready to buy. So when someone searches the keyword drug rehab, more than likely, they're looking for information about rehabilitation, about recovery. What is a recovery center? What do I have to do? Do I qualify? Does my health insurance pay? They want all these questions answered when they search for that keyword drug rehab, just the keyword drug rehab. Navigational means a keyword that is searched for to locate a specific website. For example, let me give you an example of a navigational keyword. For example, this is a great example. So navigational keywords are searched for when someone is trying to locate something on the internet. For example, in our drug rehab industry, the keyword AA meetings or AA meetings in my city, or let's say you're in Philadelphia, AA meetings in Philadelphia. Those people are looking to be navigating to a page that is going to give them a list of other information where they can click on that list where they found their meeting, and maybe it'll go to a Facebook group page. Maybe it'll go to the local church page where they hold the AA meeting that they want to go to, etc. So it's navigational. It's just passing through. They're not buying anything. They want to navigate and pass through and find either a location or a piece of information through different pages. And then finally, the most important one of all is transactional keywords. Transactional keywords are keywords that are commercial. When someone searches for them, they're ready to buy. They have the intention to buy right now. If not now, then very soon. For example, the keyword drug rehab we consider as informational because people want to gather information about drug rehab. But if someone searches drug rehab in Philadelphia, that's a transactional keyword because they're looking for a center in their city to talk to right now. They either want to chat, pick up the phone, fill out a form, and convert. They need to go to rehab, or their loved one needs to go to rehab. We understand our buyer personas enough to know that our buyer is not just the addict, but also the loved one of an addict. And that loved one can be a mom, a dad, a wife, a sister, a brother, a daughter, a son. So you can imagine how many buyer personas we have for everyone that could potentially be the buyer. Number 5, refining your keyword list. As you grow your buyer persona and as you grow your keyword list, you want to refine it. I hate dealing with spreadsheets that have 10,000 keywords on it. I want to refine it down to our 10 top keywords. That what are the 10 keywords that if I could rank for right now, not in 2 years, not in a year, if I could rank my client today for these 10 keywords, it's going to get them business through the door. Obviously, it's not going to be the keyword drug rehab. It might have to be something more like outpatient drug rehab in Philadelphia, or alcohol recovery in Philadelphia covered by Medicaid or Blue Cross Blue Shield. You see how long those keywords are? But after hours of keyword research, I was able to find that, oh shit, 10 people per month search for that keyword, but that's 10 people and the competition is super low. Look at these results. Look at these pages. They're crap. If I could give a lot of information about what Blue Cross Blue Shield covers as far as outpatient drug rehab, because outpatient is very different than a 28-day inpatient drug rehab. It's more for people that are working, that are functioning, maybe functional addicts, or people that have completed an inpatient program and now need outpatient or continuum of care. I can rank for that long ass keyword, and it's very specific because it's people that have this health insurance that my client takes. If I can rank on number 1 for that, which looks very easy, and I could probably rank for that within the next couple of months, it's going to get their phones ringing and admissions in the bed. Admissions or fill their beds. Well, actually, it wouldn't be outpatients. Let me just rephrase that. And it'll get them admissions, which means money through the door to keep paying me. So finally, you want to refine your keyword list, and your keyword list will evolve as you do keyword research, as you build your buyer personas, but you want to create spreadsheets. You want to record and document all of this. Make sure to build your buyer persona. The link to the worksheet is below. If you're watching this on YouTube or you're watching this on some other platform, go to andrewmacia.com. SEO Hacks for Beginners. This is and it's in module 1 that you'll find the spreadsheet for building your buyer persona. So please make sure to do all of those tasks before. Please make sure to do these tasks before moving on to the next part of the module, which is part 3 of keyword research. Thank you guys. See you guys tomorrow. Okay, so that was 46-minute recording. I'm sure that will be edited down to about 15 to 20 minutes. So it's going to be like 3 parts to module 1, which is probably the longest one because it's the intro plus keyword research. Keyword research is pretty darn in-depth, but I love it. I think keyword research for me is super fun because you learn a lot. Yeah. So thank you guys for joining. I will be on live again tomorrow to do the next part of SEO Hacks with Andrew course, which I'm going to be selling eventually for about $500 to $1,000. But I'm going to be giving it out for free for those of you that are signed up to my newsletter. So make sure to sign up. You'll get it for free. The reason why I'm giving it out for free are for 2 reasons. One is because I need the feedback and I also need testimonials. I can't sell this for $1,000 or more if I don't have testimonials of people that took the course and saw results right away. And number two is because I learned everything that I know in search engine optimization, and I've been able to create a 7-figure digital marketing agency based on free information that I learned online. If it weren't for guys like Neil Patel, Brian Dean, and et cetera, that put all of their information out on the internet for free, I would not be where I am today. So I'm paying it forward and giving you everything that I know about search engine optimization